It was a rainy evening in Seoul. The city was glowing with lights, but inside Hyunmin's apartment, everything felt cold and heavy.
Jaemin paced back and forth, anger burning in his chest. He looked at his phone screen. Again, there was a photo of Yoongi with another guy laughing, looking too close.
His chest tightened. So that's why he canceled dinner, Hyunmin whispered bitterly. He had waited for hours. Yoongi had promised him they'd celebrate their anniversary tonight. But Yoongi texted at the last minute, "Sorry, something came up. Can't make it tonight." Now Hyunmin thought he knew what that something was. The doorbell rang. Hyunmin opened the door with a deep frown. Yoongi stood there, wet from the rain, holding a small cake in one hand and a tired smile on his face. "Hyunmin, I'm sorry I'm late," Yoongi said, stepping inside. "There was traffic. Don't lie to me," Hyunmin snapped. Yoongi blinked. "What?" "I saw your picture," Hyunmin said, "with that guy. You were laughing like I don't even exist." Yoongi frowned. "What picture?" "This one." Hyunmin shoved the phone in his face. Yoongi took it, then sighed. "Hyunmin, this is Seok-jin Hyung's cousin. He came from Bisan today. He wanted to meet everyone at the cafe." "Why didn't you tell me? I didn't think it was important." "I wanted to surprise you with this cake," Yoongi said, showing the box again. But Hyunmin was all ready to hurt. "You always keep secrets," he said. "Maybe I'm just someone you come to when you're bored." Yoongi stared at him, the rain still dripping from his hair. "Hyunmin, that's not fair," he said quietly. "I love you." Hyunmin crossed his arms. "Then prove it." "I don't have to prove anything to someone who doesn't trust me," Yoongi said. He placed the cake on the table, took a deep breath, and walked toward the door. "Yoongi," Hyunmin said, but his voice was small now. Yoongi turned. "Maybe we both need time to think." Then he left. The next morning, Hyunmin woke up with a headache and puffy eyes. He hadn't touched the cake. He hadn't called Yoongi. He wanted to, but his pride was in the way. He kept staring at his phone waiting for a message. It never came. Then around 2 p.m., his phone buzzed. "Namjoon Hyung, Hyunmin, Yoongi's in the hospital. He had an accident. Come quick." Hyunmin dropped the phone. "No," he whispered. "No, no, no." Hyunmin ran into the hospital with tears already falling from his eyes. His heart was racing so fast it felt like it would explode. "Min Yoongi," he told the nurse at the reception. "Where is he?" "Room 204. He's in the ICU. Hyunmin froze. "ICU?" He pushed the door open. Yoongi was lying on the bed, pale, wires connected to his chest, a cut on his forehead. His leg was in a cast. Machines beeped slowly around him. Namjoon sat beside him, holding his hand. He stood up when he saw Hyunmin. "He's stable," Namjoon said. "But he hasn't woken up yet." "What happened?" Hyunmin asked, trembling. He was crossing the road. Some guy ran a red light. He hit Yoongi hard. The doctors say he might wake up soon, but he's weak. Hyunmin sank into the chair, holding Yoongi's cold hand tightly. "Yoongi," he whispered, "please wake up." "I didn't mean it. I was just scared." Tears streamed down his face. "I was stupid," he said. "I should have trusted you. I pushed you away." Namjoon silently left the room, giving him space. Hymin leaned closer. Yoongi, you told me you loved me. I didn't say it back that night. But I love you too, so much. Please come back to me. He kissed the back of Yoongi's hand gently. For 2 days, Yoongi remained unconscious. Hymin stayed in the hospital day and night. He didn't eat much. He didn't smile. He just sat beside Yoongi, watching, waiting, praying.
Then, on the 3rd day, Yoongi's fingers twitched. Jimin noticed it immediately. Yoongi, he whispered, standing up. Yoongi, can you hear me?
Yoongi's eyelids moved slowly, then opened just a little. Hymin, Yoongi said, voice hoarse. Hymin let out a loud sob and pressed the emergency button. Yoongi, you're awake, he cried, holding his face. You're okay, Yoongi blinked slowly. What happened? You had an accident. You were hit by a car. You've been in the ICU for 3 days. Yoongi groaned softly. No wonder my body hurts like hell. Hymin laughed through his tears. Don't joke, he said. You scared me. Yoongi gave a weak smile. You're crying, Park Hymin. I thought I lost you, Hymin said. And I never got to say sorry. Yoongi turned his head slightly. Hymin, I was never mad at you. I was hurt, yes, but I knew you'd come. I should have trusted you, Hymin whispered. I should have known you'd never lie to me. Yoongi closed his eyes for a moment. I forgive you, he said. But only if you forgive yourself. Hymin nodded quickly and leaned down to hug him carefully.
Yoongi winced a little, but hugged back as much as he could. Can we start again? Jimin asked softly. Yoongi smiled. We never ended.
After a week, Yoongi was moved to a regular room. Hymin visited every day. He brought flowers, food, and even played music on his phone to cheer Yoongi up. The rest of BTS came too, teasing and laughing, filling the room with warmth. Hymin never left Yoongi's side. He helped him eat, helped him sit up, helped him smile again. One night, Hymin sat beside the bed, resting his head on Yoongi's shoulder. Yoongi, promise me you won't leave like that again. Yoongi chuckled. I didn't leave. I got hit. You know what I mean, Hymin said. Yoongi turned his head, kissed Hymin's forehead gently. I promise, Hymin closed his eyes, feeling peace for the first time in days. A month later, Yoongi was fully recovered. The boys threw a small party at the dorm, full of balloons, food, and laughter. When the music slowed down, Yoongi stood up and took Hymin's hand. Hymin, come with me. He led him to the rooftop. The stars were bright that night. Yoongi pulled something out of his pocket, a tiny silver ring. Hymin, we've been through arguments, accidents, misunderstandings. But one thing never changed. I love you. Hymin gasped, his eyes already wet. Yoongi slipped the ring on his finger. I don't need a big proposal. I just need you to stay. Hymin threw his arms around him. I'll never leave, he whispered. Not again. They kissed under the stars, the city lights twinkling below them. They were home, together, forever. The end.